Yo, what's up, guys? Bit of an unscheduled live drive this morning. No particular reason. Not really anything exciting to talk about besides the hobby, besides the national coming up, NBA playoffs, but nothing crazy out of the blue. Just popped up on the live stream. You guys are probably in bed or maybe at church. Well, wake up because Rage Against the Machine is on the radio. But anyway, hopefully you'll go back and watch. I am going to ask one question on this live stream to get you entered for the national. I've asked 3 questions so far, so if you've missed those questions, you got to answer them by today. This week's questions get cut off on Sunday, then I'll start a new set of questions next week. So if you want to get yourself entered, you got to answer the questions I asked this week. There's been 3 asks so far. One on my last video, and then 2 questions asked on my last live drive. There'll be one more asked today. And this is going to be a quick one because I got to get my buns to work because I'm running a little bit behind. But nothing like getting you motivated like a little killing in the name of on the radio. Of course, going to have a little bit of traffic. Anyway, we haven't talked about the Bucks blowing out the Hawks the other night yet. Not much to talk about other than the Bucks blew out the Hawks. So, which team is the real team? I think Bucks are the better team. I think Bucks are the best team left, honestly. I was high on the Bucks coming in to the playoffs. I just like their defense and their adjustments. They can make lots of adjustments because they have lots of good defensive pieces. And that's what they did to shut down the Hawks the other night. And then you look at the Clippers and the Suns. That was 84 to like 80 last night. I mean, those teams are going to – it'll more than likely be the Suns. But those teams are not going to be able to beat a team like the Hawks or the Bucks scoring points like that. Neither team is clicking offensively. And like even the Suns, I mean, they had a lucky win with an alley-oop. I mean, that series could be tied now, but instead it's 3-1. It is what it is. Honestly, for myself, I'm getting a little bored with basketball. I've been shopping heavily into some football stuff. Doesn't mean that I'm buying heavily because I'm losing auctions. What you're looking at. If you're buying common stuff, then if you're looking for common stuff and basic stuff, and I'm not saying base, just basic items and players, then yeah, you might be able to get some stuff cheaper in auctions or the market might be down. But I'm trying to buy RPAs and stuff of some football quarterbacks. I'm trying to buy some soccer items. And auctions are competitive. They're getting high. I finally landed a really nice soccer card last night. I was willing to go $1,500 on it. And I actually got it for like $805. It was either $805 or $850. Dyslexia, but I think it was $805. So I got it for about half of actually what I was willing to pay for it. Super excited about that. Came off of a PWCC auction. One of the cards that's been my NBA targets, guys, certain players have leveled out. If there's players that you like, especially certain cards, for me, I've said this before, I was a big, I wanted to buy in on quite a few, maybe 5 Jason Tatum Optic Hollows. I just think the Optic Hollow is a good value for a really liquid parallel card that has a lower pop and looks nice. The bottom came on that card and it went. It already started bouncing back. The bottom came around 630, and now they're selling well over 700. And I didn't get in on the basement on that. Funny thing is my other big target from football is a card from the same year, same exact card, however, different player from a different sport. Same year, same brand, same parallel, different player, different sport. Not going to say who it is because I don't want everybody to be, I mean, I don't care about competition. It's just not like, hey, Steve's looking to buy this, I better go buy it. So I'm not going to say what it is. I'm trying to influence as little as possible. And I know that that's impossible because, you know, some people are going to look at my recent pickups and things like that and be like, oh man, maybe I ought to look at that. So a lot of times I don't want to talk about what I'm buying, and it has nothing to do with buyer competition. If somebody outbids me on an item, they deserve to win it. That's it. But I don't want people like being like, oh man, maybe I should buy it, because I miss. I hit and I miss. Luckily, I've been able to hit more than I miss. So you know, doing well. Video coming out on endgame strategies, and I'm also going to throw in some stuff in there on budgeting. Not necessarily budgeting, but you know, how you can keep yourself from getting in trouble with your money and your budget. It's not a finance video. It is sports card related. But I'm just going to talk about what I do. That's all I ever do is I talk about what I do, as opposed to just tell you anything. I mean, what I do is I keep my card money separate from my bill money and paycheck money. My hobby money is completely separate. And when I mean separate, I mean a completely different bank account. So my PayPal for my sports cards, I have two PayPals, two bank accounts. My PayPal for my sports cards is linked to a different bank account that's strictly for hobby. I'm going to answer a couple questions before I go in. Yeah, Joel, I like the optic hollows. They look good. It's all, I mean, we talk about buying parallel. We talk about buying color, but you also got to remain liquid. Really rare parallels that are numbered out of 25 or less or 50 or less, they're great. But most of the time, you're going to want to move those in person at like a show. That way you can get asking price for them, because you don't want to throw them on an auction or sit them at a buy it now on eBay, because they'll sit forever. Because people want to get them at deals on auctions. Really, the best way for you to get in on really rare parallels, like you've seen recently, I picked up some Daniel Jones and some Tyler Hero stuff that's numbered really low. And regardless of who the player is, in a really good band you can, if you can get in on the low auctions and then go a while without having comps on those cards, which you will, because you know they're rare. Yeah, we got some Panama Van Halen, but then you can move those in person and kind of name higher than what you paid for them. Grand Finale. Grand Finale is guessing at what I'm talking about. He's pretty much on. Bravos, you're picking up Mbappe. I am going hard and heavy on I'm trying to go as hard and heavy on a soccer player as I can. I think a couple people might have the same idea as me. It's a player I want to buy, and I have my end game strategy. It's a player I want to buy now, and I plan on holding him for about a year, because I got to wait till World Cup comes around. This is not a player that I want to buy and sell during Premier League. He's not playing in the Euros. Hint, 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 hint. He's not playing in the Euros.
Journey's next on Sirius
and
Classic Rewind. Good morning, I'm Christine Stout.
You know, probably pretty easy to guess, but I finally won a nice auto rookie of him last night, graded. So that's going to be my question. Which soccer player do you guys think that I'm buying? It's an easy question, because it's not about right or wrong. It's about participation. Go over to Instagram, all right? And answer on Instagram. That's how it makes an official answer if you're trying to qualify for the national giveaway. Go to Instagram. This is going to be the fourth question. And every time you get a question right, you get entered. So this will be a chance to get your fourth entry into the national giveaway. What player in soccer do you think I'm buying? I'm going to tell you right now, it's not my favorite player, Robert Lewandowski. So put him out. Plus, he's playing in the Euros, if you're paying attention, for Poland. This guy's not playing for the Euros, and I'm holding him. I'm going to try to hold him unless, I mean, end game is to sell him right around World Cup time. However, you know, like Ted DiBiase says, everybody's got a price. But it's like, if I was to be offered some good money for him prior to that, you know, end games can change at times if you fall into a situation. You know, situation out of your control. Somebody offers you a big lump sum of money, or say you got a player you want to sell and they get hurt, you know, different things like that. Got some Metallica. I got to get ready to hit the casino floor, guys. But I'm getting ready to hit the casino floor again. Real quick, it's not going to be a rant, but I just realized that I've been generating all this all these donations and contributions through YouTube Super Chat on my live streams to go towards the national giveaway. I knew YouTube probably kept a small amount of that. Apparently what I read, and I don't know if this is correct, YouTube keeps like 30%, which means for every $100 that I raise, they keep $30. That seems like a lot. It seems like a hell of a lot. That's like worse than eBay a lot. Like, they're making a killing off that shit. But anyway, I'm not going to think about it too long. It'll bug the hell out of me, and I got to go to work. Thanks for joining the live stream. Just got to get yourself entered for the national giveaway. I want to meet somebody, hang out, buy some cards, stand in line for some autographs, stand in line for PSA, whatever you want to do. Yeah, it'll be a good time. Start picking your targets, guys. I think the market is strengthening a little bit, at least stabilizing, which makes buying a little more safe because now you coming in at a lower risk. At least what I'm seeing. My targets are starting to go back up. I missed the basement on a couple of them. And I'm losing auctions at high dollars. That tells me there's still money being pumped into this market, regardless of what a lot of the naysayers want to say. Yes, some stuff is down, but that's the case in every market. The good is normally up and the bad is normally down. We had a time when everything was up and it didn't make sense. This is just a realistic market. Doesn't make it a bad market. It makes it a realistic market. You just got to be smarter. All right, guys, thanks for joining me. I'm going to run in, and I'll see you tomorrow night on my live stream. Take it easy.